Ah, Arton, I was hoping you might come along. Deciphering the treatise has proven more difficult than I anticipated, but I have nevertheless made progress. It contains a wealth of military knowledge, much of which details the role of scholars in Nemean units. Apparently, a single scholar could provide effective support for an entire party of marauders. They would employ their magics to heal the wounds and enhance the abilities of their allies. Moreover, they often served in leadership roles as they were highly trained tacticians. But how swiftly the remembrance of all things is buried in the gulf of eternity. The treatise indicates that Nemean scholars wielded a far more diverse repertoire of spells than you currently possess. Precisely why you lack these spells, I cannot say. However, the fault may lie with your fairy. One could surmise that the knowledge contained within the soul of the scholar is essentially hers. Therefore, if she cannot remember the ancient magics, it would suggest that. A thought occurs to me. If it is indeed the case that the fairy, having been sealed for 1500 years, has yet to fully regain her senses, mayhap visiting a familiar location would hasten the process. And I can think of no more familiar place than the city of Nim, rather, what remains of it in outer Lanaska. The forgotten whispers of Nim have rekindled the fairy's memories. Welcome back, Arton. I gather the experiment met with success? Then this strongly suggests that each fairy is a distinct individual with her own thoughts, feelings, and memories. Well, I must redouble my efforts to translate the remaining text. At this rate, your discoveries threaten to overshadow mine. Not to bemoan your accomplishments, but I have yet to decipher any equally amazing stratagems. Soon enough, though, soon enough. How curious that you always come at the most opportune time, Arton. 'Tis divine providence, almost. Doubly so, since we have both been blessed with a chance to refine our respective arts. You see, in your absence, I have been studying a section of the Nemean treatise detailing marauder fighting techniques. The fundamentals do not differ much from modern methods, but there are slight variations in footwork and grip, as well as the distinctions between the various ranges, and the attacks best employed when... Forgive me, I lost sight of the more pertinent point. Nemean scholars and marauders fought side by side, yes? Well, now you and I have an opportunity to do the same. A Tonberry has been spotted in Bronze Lake, and the Marauders Guild has been asked to dispatch it. Since Tonberries dwell within the Wanderer's Palace, an ancient Nemean temple recently discovered in the wake of the Calamity, there is a strong possibility that the creatures have resided there since before the fall of Nim. Do you follow my reasoning, Arton? These malevolent creatures may have overrun the temple and claimed it for their own at the height of Nemean civilization. They may have posed a major threat to the ancient people, even. If so, then surely facing one in battle would rekindle the memories of your fairy. Even if I am mistaken, the Tonberry poses a threat to the locals. Moreover, I would very much like to put my newly learned Nemean techniques to the test. So, we will rendezvous outside the Wanderer's Palace, yes? Well met, Arton. I had only just arrived myself. 'Twas in this vicinity that the Tonberry was last sighted. With luck, it will not have gone far. Look, atop the stairs. My son, my dear son, at long last The rancor, it rises, it rises. It comes. Rah! What are you doing? Move, damn you! My... Confound it all! Bah! What happened, Arton? I thought you could control her. I apologize. I know you have only just begun to work with the fairy. Some disobedience is to be expected. Axemaster Rhizone will be disappointed, but there's naught we can do. The Tonberry is long gone. Let us return to Limsa Lominsa. Arton, permit me to apologize a second time. Earlier, I was flustered and not myself. In the aftermath of the Tonberry's escape, I completely overlooked our accomplishments. We confirmed the viability of Nemean tactics and proved that a scholar and marauder working in tandem is a force to be reckoned with, would you not say? And correct me if I'm mistaken, but your fairy regained some of her memory, yes? With that in mind, I feel comfortable claiming that this was a worthwhile endeavor. However, do try and gain greater mastery over your minion art, and I would hate for a repeat of that incident. Good to see you, Arton. I have made yet another discovery which pertains to you and your scholarly arts. I have come into possession of several ancient engravings, including some which show the traditional raiments of Nemean scholars. In fact, the extraordinary detail of these illustrations, coupled with information gleaned from other sources, was sufficient to deduce their design. At present, it is impossible to say how historically accurate my designs are. That is why I propose we enlist the aid of Eorzea's preeminent artisans, so that we might recreate these garments. Should they prove sufficiently authentic, I expect your fairy will regain more of her missing memories. In the hands of a preeminent weaver, say Master Redolent Rose of Sunsilk Tapestries, this information should be sufficient. But you cannot journey to Ul'dah until you have gathered the leaves of a direwort. My text explicitly mentioned that the plant's pigments were used to dye Nemean uniforms. Alas, direwort is much rarer than it was in the days of yore. It can only be found in the fog fens now. Lest you think I mean to make you do all the work, worry not. While you scout Mordona for the plant, I will contact Master Rose and convince him to help, though I doubt it will require much effort. I suppose you do have a rather scholarly air about you. I've been expecting you, Arton. Have you the leaves and Alkazolka's designs, then? Crafting raiments that have not been seen in 1500 years. This is indeed a daunting challenge. But it is one I suspect I will enjoy a great deal, for rare is the day a weaver revives ancient fashion. I shall begin at once. You may observe if you like, but be aware it will be a lengthy process. It has been some time since I labored with such intensity. I adhered to Alkazolka's designs as best I could, though there were certain aspects I felt compelled to change. His lack of familiarity with textiles and weaving led to what I can only assume are errors. You will note that I could only complete the culottes. This is because the other garments require skills which I do not possess. Mistress Serendipity and Geva of the Goldsmiths and Leatherworkers Guilds, respectively, can provide the finishing touches to the remaining pieces. But you were unaware that I could not craft the full set by myself, weren't you? Very well. I shall send word to them on your behalf, Arton. You will need only visit each guild and present to them my unfinished work. Greetings, Arton. Red said you'd be along shortly, so let's see that mortarboard. This shouldn't take long. Wait here a moment. Here it is, as promised. Amazing what a difference a mithril tassel can make, isn't it? Wear it with pride, Arton. Now off you go, and be sure to enjoy your time in Gridania. Ah, Arton, the man who would single-handedly revive the scholarly arts. All right then, show me what you've got. Master Rose's work is marvelous, as to be expected. This will be a pleasure. There you go. One pair of fingerless buffalo leather gloves. Perfect for the scholar who prefers that his protection does not come at a cost to dexterity. Oh, the boots? Bell will see to those. He's an expert cordwainer, so you needn't worry about the quality. Besides, I've already spoiled you by making your gloves for free. You're the scholar, yes? I've been instructed to assist you. If you would please let me see Master Rose's work. This craftsmanship is amazing. I cannot wait to get started. Here you are, sir. Made with the finest boar and buffalo leather in accordance with Alcazocla's designs, which are very impressive, I must say. He must be dying to see the completed set. I know I would be, had I gone to such great lengths. You ought to surprise him by wearing the garments when next you meet him. By the gods! I feel as though I've been transported backwards through time. You are the very image of the Nemean scholars of Eld. Well, minus the gown, but still, never in my wildest dreams did I think it would turn out this well. Aha! I see you approve as well, little one. Suffice it to say, we can consider this a great success. Ah, yes. I forgot to mention that while I was awaiting your return, I made considerable progress with the deciphering of my Nemean tablets. Much of what I have learned until now has pertained to the roles of scholars within the military. However, these latest texts offer insight into a scholar's activities during times of peace. As you can imagine, they were not the sort to let their restorative magics go to waste. One particularly stirring account describes their selfless efforts to combat the spread of a virulent plague which at one point threatened to engulf all of Nim. Naturally, they did so with the aid of their fairies, which is why I believe that similar acts of charity may serve to further awaken your winged companion. If you are of a mind to test my theory, why not journey to Camp Bronze Lake? You will find no shortage of the sick and wounded there. Rukusa Farusa would doubtless welcome your services were you to offer them. He presides over the Warm Wine Sanatorium, so be sure to have a word with him if you decide to go. Hello, and welcome to Bronze Lake. If you desire treatment, Pardon? You wish to administer treatment? Are you even qualified to... Wait, you must be Artin the Scholar. We are happy to accept any assistance you can provide. I am told you possess magics which can cleanse the body of toxins, impurities, and maladies. At the present, we have 5 patients visiting the springs who would benefit from this care. Pray, attend to these individuals and return to me when finished. Are you here to help me? I don't know what's wrong. I just can't... My lungs! I can breathe again. Bless you, sir. Bless you. Try taking a wound sometime, lad. Sure, it hurts like hell's at first, but then you get to drink away the pain. Huh? What the... Why'd you have to go and do that? Aw, bugger. Now they'll take me wine away. What's wrong with me? My wounds have closed, but still I feel so weak. Eh? What did you do? You took something from me. Something bad. I don't know what you did, but I'm glad you did it. Thank you. Can't sleep, Mama will eat me. Can't sleep, Mama will eat me. You've set me free. I no longer feel his eyes upon me. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. What you did for those patients was nothing short of miraculous. Their commanding officers will be pleased to hear that they can return to active duty. You and Alcazolga have my deepest thanks, Artin. Ah, Arton. Rukusa Farusa tells me that your potent magics exceed all expectation. Had a good time, did you? Aye, I thought you might. It warms my heart to see the two of you making such great strides, and it reminds me that I must work harder to see that I am not left behind. For the nonce, I will resume deciphering the Nimian tablets. Though they have yielded an immense quantity of information on the scholarly arts, I remain confident that they contain an equally impressive wealth of tactical information. Arton, you must come with me at once. Another Tonberry has emerged from the Wanderer's palace. A traveling peddler caught sight of the fiend and fled to Camp Bronze Lake. Once again, it falls to the Marauders Guild to find and slay it. This time we will hunt the Tonberry in greater numbers so that we might surround it and cut off all avenues of escape. I have not forgotten our previous attempt to slay one of the foul creatures. Nor have you, I trust. I have your assurances that you will keep your fairy in line this time, yes? Then let us make for Bronze Lake at once. Our comrades have already departed, and I do not wish to fall behind. We will rendezvous with them at the same place we battled the first Tonberry. Thank the gods you've come, Arton. Any later and we might have had to proceed without you. The Tonberry appears to be in some sort of trance and is oblivious to our presence. Is everyone ready? Excellent. Remember, we must surround the fiend. It cannot be allowed to flee. My son, my dear son, stay away. I cannot... Damn it, not again. It seeks sanctuary inside the Wanderer's palace. Come, let us follow and finish this once and for all. What? Again? Why do you protect this demon? Have you gone mad? That thing is a monster. It must be put down. The rancor, Lily, my son! Why are you here? Who has summoned you? Then Nim is no more. 1,500 years. Can it truly be so? I was Cerrito Carrito, before the sickness from the sea transformed me. The traders, they were first. As their ears and noses began to atrophy, their limbs grew shorter and their skin. We scholars tried to halt the spread, tried to find a cure, but in time, we too fell ill. Sympathy turned to fear, and fear to anger. Monsters, they called us. Abominations. Then you were once a man? They sealed the sick within the temple with magics, tried to drown us, tried to forget us. Though our bodies had been changed, our minds remained intact. But within every man lurks a beast. When those whom you call kin deny you, come to hate you and despise you. I too succumbed to the rancor, until you reunited me with Lily, my dearest son. Long has my mind been clouded with hatred, but by the resplendent light of Lily, at long last, I am free. I nearly killed him. Thank the gods the fairy stopped me. I wonder, did she know it was Cerrito from the beginning? Or was it only... In any case, she's regained a good portion of her memories, if not all of them, I suspect. Well, if you would excuse me, I need to take some time to put my thoughts in order and decide how I might explain this to the Axe Master. So wait a bleedin' moment. That Tonberry used to be a scholar like you. So does that mean you'll turn into one of them if you keep slinging those spells? Or did I misunderstand what he said back there? Ah, the hell's with it. I came expecting to fight one Tonberry, not a whole bloody mess of 'em. If it wasn't for you and your flying friend, I reckon we'd not have left there alive. Gotta say, you and Alka make a great team. Shame there ain't more of you scholarly types around, 'cause I could use a partner like you. Take care, Arton. That the traditions of my people have not been lost to the ages is of great comfort to me. I do not know how that soul crystal came into your possession, but I am glad that it did, for the sickness robbed me not only of my body, but of Lily as well. The soul of the scholar no longer resonates with my ether. I cannot summon her. Only you can. Only you are fit to wield the magics now. Here, a gown as befits a scholar of your standing. I bequeath it to you, along with the knowledge of sacred soil, my most versatile art. I cannot thank you enough for purging the rancor from my heart, but there are still countless others who have yet to see the light. I cannot abandon them to their fate. I will not. And so I bid you farewell, Arton. Carry on our traditions with pride.